What's up, guys? You're watching Dad Smoking Cigars, sponsored by Casa Cueva Cigars, from our casa to yours. Thanks for joining me for yet another edition of Whiskey Wednesday. I'm going to try and get more of these out as frequently as possible. I need to stock my whiskey, make a bigger collection, so that way I always have something interesting to share with you guys. Some of it's familiar, some of it's new, some of it's kind of weird, kind of snazzy take on whiskey. I try to look for things that I've never heard of or may not be as popular as other brands. Now, this one I have tried before. It's very familiar. There's a few different kinds of it, and I just got the Simple Basic, going back to basics. It's the first bottled bourbon in America, I believe, and that, of course, is Old Forester, and we're going to have a good time with this one, guys. So, cue music. Guess what day it is? Whiskey Wednesday. Hey guys, what's up? As I said before, welcome to another Whiskey Wednesday. Glad you guys could join me, and I'm going to be taking a crack at Old Forester. I say it like Sean Connery because it makes me think of the movie Finding Forrester. I'm William Forrester, and I'm going to be drinking Old Forester right now, so that's enough of my Sean Connery. If you want more Sean Connery, let me know in the comments below. I do have another YouTube channel coming up where I do voice work and impressions and stuff like that, but anyways, you don't want to hear about that. The ice is melting in my glass. I've let it sit for too long, so I'm going to go ahead and pour me some Old Forester. Okay, sorry, I'm going to stop now. Tonight I'm pairing my Old Forester with Patina Rustic Maduro. If you want to check out the review for that, go ahead and click up here. And anyways, so, or is it over there? I never remember when I'm shooting. Could be here, could be there, could be here, could be there. Click in the right corner when it pops up, okay? In the correct corner, not the right one. Maybe it's the right. I don't remember which corner. So click where it pops up, wherever that is. Anyways, so I'm going to let this mellow for a second, and then I'll be back with you guys once I feel it's mellowed properly. Anyways. Okay, guys, I think it's mellowed. The ice has melted. It's gone. So, I think it's opened up enough for me to go ahead and take that first sip. All right. Bottoms up. Right off the bat, tasted caramel. Like strong caramel. Really tasty. Has that bite on the back end, goes down nice and smooth, warms you all the way down. Then that aftertaste, getting some of that spice, that cinnamon, little hint of vanilla, and it doesn't have too much of a woody finish. You know, some bourbons do have that kind of finish. This one in particular doesn't quite have that going on. I'm going to go ahead and take another sip. Let's see how it pairs. That pairs quite nicely. A little bit of that caramel, the chocolate, the cocoa from the patina that I've been getting pretty much right from the first puff. Excellent. Very good. And I just feel all warm inside. It's actually a beautiful summer evening here in Southern California. Unfortunately, we are still experiencing the fires right now. Lots of love, thoughts, and prayers to our firefighters who are trying to keep us safe and keep the fires contained here in Oregon. All of that stuff. You know, cheers to all of you guys. Thank you so much for how tirelessly you are working and you are risking your lives. I just want to say that right now on this video. We're living in crazy days, and it seems to keep getting crazier, and it's unfortunate that we have these things happening, but we're very fortunate that we have these men and women who are working to protect us and keep us safe from these raging fires in both our state and the state above in Oregon. So love, hope, prayers, thoughts, all of those good things, and some crazy positive and loving vibes sending your way. You guys, thank you so much for all you do. Yeah, it's a beautiful evening. Very nice. I don't have my citronella candle anymore, so I had to put on some bug repellent because they like to bite me, and I really don't appreciate getting bit. So thankfully they're staying away for now. I got some spraying to do in this backyard of mine. So anyways, enough about that. I'm talking about whiskey. I'm talking about bourbon, and I'm talking about cigars. So this is a delicious bourbon. I know there's different versions of Old Forester. There's a few to choose from at the Total Wine that I went to. Decided to pick this one because this one's very inexpensive. This was only a $19 bottle. So it might be considered kind of on the lower end of the Old Foresters, but it's still very good, still very tasty. I don't think this would be considered low end in terms of quality, flavor, and all of that. Very good whiskey, very good bourbon. I'm partial to bourbon. Used to be just a Scotch guy, but I really love bourbon for the most part. I'm much like my father in that regard. So, and you're going to be seeing him on the channel here pretty soon. So be looking forward to that when I'm joining him for a smoke and a drink here again pretty soon. But I'm getting ahead of myself talking about this still. Getting off track completely. Rabbit hole, rabbit hole, rabbit hole. I'm back. Anyways, very tasty bourbon. There's just that sweetness on the tip of the tongue, the caramel, a little hint of vanilla, and then cinnamon. I'm definitely getting those. I'm actually kind of starting to detect a little bit of that kind of oakiness, that oaky finish. Bourbon's usually finished off in oak barrels. Sometimes it's finished off in maybe like a sherry barrel or something like that, depending on what kind of bourbon you're drinking. I think the last Whiskey Wednesday I did, the Blackened American Whiskey, they finished them off in sherry casks. So it just all depends on what kind of flavor you're trying to get into the whiskey itself. So very good. And I think I'll read a little bit here from the back of the bottle. Nearly 150 years ago, my great-great-grandfather, wow, George Garvin Brown was the first to seal his bourbon in a glass bottle, ensuring consistency and exceptional quality. He felt so strongly in his convictions that he signed his name to it. Today I am proud to add my signature as proof that our commitment to the Old Forester legacy lives on. Campbell P. Brown, President, Old Forester. And this is 100 proof bourbon. And yeah, continuously sold before, during, and after Prohibition. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Oh, God bless those who brought this wonderful little luxury and vice to those who needed it during Prohibition, because that had to have been a really sucky time. Anyways, so that's my brief, basic, simple take on Old Forester. It's an excellent bourbon, very inexpensive, very affordable. If you want to go out and buy a bottle of bourbon and maybe you're a little, maybe a little tight, short on cash, all of us, are experiencing that right now. This is an inexpensive bottle that your wife probably won't object too hard to you buying a $20 bottle of bourbon. So anyways, that's my take on the bourbon. Excellent bourbon, pairs well with this Maduro. Very happy with that. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that. I know it's not as interesting as some of the other Whiskey Wednesdays I've done, but I try to put my particular oddball, weird spin on it. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time, and I hope that maybe you'll try some Old Forester. If you haven't, you really should. Go and pick up yourself a bottle. There's a few different kinds to choose from, aged a little bit longer, or just a different take on the bourbon itself. And so yeah, that's pretty much it on this edition of Whiskey Wednesday. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for joining me, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Stupid button. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning into this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also follow Dad Smoking Cigars on dads_smoking_cigars on Instagram, and be sure to check us out on Facebook. Until then, guys, stay smoky, and I'll see you in the next one.